Hi, everybody. Next to me is Gundars Rusovs, and I'm Janis from CastPrint. Sorry to move away from such pleasant topics like traveling and relaxation to burn patients, burn victims, and helping them. But yeah, that's what we do. We try to help people. So my project, CastPrint's project, focuses on creating 3D printed orthopedic devices that will help people to recover faster and perhaps not get as bad results and skin damages as they might occur if nothing is applied. So yeah, in the top row you can see some very unpleasant images of burned patients who have some complications from skin healing, and as you can see, no fixation devices have been applied, so naturally when skin heals it tends to flex and bend, and it's not stretchy enough, and it is very, very hard and very complicated for the doctors afterwards to fix this. Because obviously their main concern is helping the patients, treating the burn areas and getting them back on track, and rehabilitation is a process that starts afterwards. Some time ago, last year, in the beginning of the last year, we were approached by rehabilitation professors here in Latvia who highlighted this issue that nothing has been developed and something should be done, as traditional casts cannot be applied. They would suck up all the body fluids from the trauma, and that is not welcome in this case. So obviously we tried to help, and we came across Norway Grants. Thanks to Norway Grants for the support, because without them we wouldn't be able to do anything. But yeah, what we did is we proposed to create custom-made 3D printed scans, 3D printed casts or orthotic devices for the patients, just to fixate them early on while healing process haven't still begun, so that the impact would be much better. The impact would be less to the skin. So if not CastPrint, in some cases these you can see the lasers, but some surgical threads or some metal kind of auxiliary devices can be used, but they do not look pretty, and they are not very hygienic, and not, of course, not comfortable for the patient to wear. And for the treatment period, which will be very, very long, it can take up to 1 year to fully recover. Using these kind of devices would be unpleasant. So we have done a lot of work, and we still have a lot of work ahead of us. We have created a lot of different type of fixations for different type of burns, and are still developing them in cooperation with leading burn patient clinics here in Riga as well as in Norway. We are showing our prototypes, improving them constantly, and yeah, these are some of the first prototypes that were made, which we hope we can bring to market by the end of this project, and hopefully we can help a lot of people, because, as I stated earlier, there are no alternatives to this at the moment, no viable alternatives. So I will give the clicker to my colleague Gundars and let him take over.
Yeah, it sounds. My name is Gundars Rusovs. I'm a physician, and how many of you have at least once think about became a medical person, like to be doctor? You? I would, but you are doctor or no? Anyhow, I would like to propose for each of you, think for a short time you are doctor, and you are working in emergency department. Right now, you see that they approach patient with severe burn accident, with quite a lot of skin burned. And right now you know that your first decisions are very important for the patient. And here sitting beautiful nurse, waiting with bottle of water to fill in veins to substitute lost volume of liquid, which normally should be in blood vessels, but because damage of burn, they are coming out of blood vessels, and there are not so much blood anymore in blood system. So you have to estimate the volume you have to fill in the body, and it really should be calculated. And yeah, you can fill with 1 liter, or you can fill with let me put the name of my project. So yeah, you have to think about the volume of liquid and calculate it from some data. What are data? Data are coming from the estimation of surface of the burn, and you have to measure how much is this accident made damage. So what are methods in your disposal? How do you think, how you could measure how much the burn is covering from the total surface of body? Well, we can come to that by estimating that with the method of separate parts, like divide all body into 9 parts and measure how much of that would be with burn. Or there is other method which is like palm method. You are looking at the patient's palm, this part, and you are counting how many of that palm surfaces are covering all the burn part. Is it precise? No, not at all. But what depends on your decision about volume? It depends. If you underestimate and filling too less, there will be no enough blood in blood vessels, and very big problems. Even death of patient could happen because you underestimated. If you overestimated, there will be too much. So you have to count precisely. And we think about how we could substitute the palm method, which is not so precise, with more accurate method. And because by myself, I'm working with scanning technologies to build braces for children. For example, think about Forrest Gump. These braces, well, in that time were not made by scanning technology, but similar braces in today's way, we are building with scanning of body. And we thought that that method could be very good substitution for surface estimation for burn patients. So we are pretty far away with our project to make really system to scan body surface, to calculate from that the body surface which is damaged by burn accident, and then our vision is that in every department there will be some scanner which be used by scanning just all surface of body. For example, to order braces like Janis taught, or estimate the surface to order appropriate volume of medicine filled in the body systems. And it seems like it's really possible. there are some problems coming from patients who are lying on bed flat, but we have to scan the surface below the body that demands to turn around the patient and then only make scanning. Or, for example, children, they are with smaller arms, and if arms should be scanned, then it becomes more unprecise. But there are some calculations available, so we believe that with the grant and all support we having, we will make system that all doctors dealing with this problem could calculate really with good precision the amount of medicine that should be filled in the patient. And no more this, because miscalculation of volume would be expected in the future. So, yeah, I think we have all of that. If some question would be, then they are welcome.
I have one question for you. I have one question for you.
Well,
we talked.
Maybe use your microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked yesterday about what the impact could be if you overestimate the needed fluids, especially for a small child. What could happen if you overestimate the burnt area?
If I overestimate, then there will be too much of fluid in blood vessels. So they, with blood pumping, will be squeezed in muscles and compress muscle part. If muscle part will be compressed, then could be less volume coming through arteries and blockage of that, and also the edema of like pulmonary edema could be one consequence, which is also not a very good consequence. That's the main things. Not very good to underestimate, not very good to overestimate. Both situations are really damaging.
Thank you very much.